CEO of Sawa Marketing International and the creator of the Jumpstart Your Marketing System. Katrina's been featured in various magazines, online and offline, various online radio shows, 2 of her local news TV channels in Sacramento, where she's from, and has been a guest on the Law of Attraction radio show on the Oprah and Friends Radio Network. How cool is that? Yeah. Woohoo! She has built the foundation for a highly successful coaching business for 9 years on nothing but networking and follow-up. And less than 6 years ago, Katrina transformed her local hourly consulting business into the international coaching and products company that it is today. As a result, Katrina now enjoys the benefits of having her business practically run itself. How many of you like that? Yeah, I want to know what she knows for sure. Teaching similar types of leveraged business models is now the focus of Katrina's coaching and programs. She loves helping other women entrepreneurs create a strategy to develop, market, and monetize a business that you're passionate about and one that fits your lifestyle. With 20 plus years experience in sales and business and marketing, Katrina speaks to groups of all sizes on how to start, build, grow, and market your business the right way from the start. From the big picture down to the nitty-gritty detail. Plus, she provides an abundant amount of free resources, and I can attest to that, videos and information anyone can access on her website and her weekly e-zine, and you guys can get some information in the back as well. Jumpstartyourmarketing.com is her website. So ladies, if you will please help me give a very warm wink welcome to Miss Katrina Sawa.
Hi, how is everybody today? Great. Is this the first day of rain for you guys down here?
Yeah.
I think I brought it. Sorry. It was raining in Sacramento yesterday for the first time. It was like 80 degrees the day before. I'm like, what the hell is going on with rain? And then I look at the weather down here and I'm like, it's raining in San Diego. It's never raining in San Diego. So anyways, I'm really happy to be here. I actually come down to San Diego quite a bit for conferences and different things, and LA as well. And I'm just excited to see such a great group. I mean, this area in LA, I mean, I know eWomen has a hard time getting people together. And so I really commend Gina for doing such a great job, pulling some really great women in this room. I've met a lot of you already, so give yourselves a hand, seriously. Because you guys, networking is one of the single most important things you can do in your business still today, even with the internet, right? And we have to do it online now, and we have to do it offline still, right? It's more important than ever to still be personal with people and get personal in person and build those relationships. And it's faster to get clients when you're talking to them one-on-one like this, right? Rather than trying to Facebook them or something, right? And we're going to talk about Facebook a little bit today too. So I never know how I'm going to introduce myself or how to, like, what I'm going to say to you that it's going to get to know me a little bit better until like right before I talk. So this is not prepared. But I was talking with somebody about vision boards, right? And Oprah was on her vision board, and Oprah was on mine a few years ago too. And then she just mentioned the Oprah thing, so I said, oh, I guess I've got to tell the Oprah story. So, so what happened to get on that show was that 1 year at eWomen, I think it was 2008, they have a conference every year in Dallas, and I highly recommend it. But they had this live auction, and they were auctioning off all these great trips. Okay, like went to the Estee Lauder studios. So if you were in the beauty business, you wanted to win that trip, right? And if went to the Super Bowl, or not the Super Bowl, but some kind of other bowl. If you were a sports person or fitness, you wanted to win that trip, because it was meeting all the hobnobby millionaire people, like important people, right? One was like to the red carpet Emmy Awards. So if you were into Hollywood or any of that kind of stuff, you wanted to do that trip, right? And so I thought, well, like none of the trips really resonated with me, and I was ready to buy that year. I had 10 grand ready to go, because they went for high money, okay, the year before. The year before it didn't really resonate. So that year I was ready to buy. I had about 10 grand, okay, that's my limit. I'm going to spend 10 grand on whatever really floats my boat, right? And none of it really sounded good, and they said, you know what, we have one more at the end of the night. And they put Oprah's picture on the screen. I'm like, oh my God, like, where am I? I'm going to Oprah, you know? So I'm like, all of a sudden I didn't even read or like hear what the package was for the live auction. You know, it's a room of 2,500 people. It was dark. There was this auctioneer going blah 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 blah, you know. And I'm like doing my little thing. I'm like, and it went from like 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000. I'm like, holy crap, I'm at my limit. And then 12,000 and 15 and then 20. And I'm like, holy shit, where am I going? Excuse me. And it was just me and this other gal way across the room, and I couldn't see her. And at this point, I was kneeling on my chair. This is how I was bidding. It was me like this, and I'm all... And my girlfriend was sitting at the table videotaping me, mind you. Okay, like that. I had no idea. I was in my own little zone. All I was paying attention to was I'm like, where am I going to make this money? I don't know. I wasn't even thinking of that at the moment. I don't know what it was. Something just came over me. Like I had to do it. And so it went from 50 to 55 to 60 to 60. It went up to $65,000 for this trip. Okay? And yeah, and my heart's racing just telling you this story right now. Because that was a lot of money. What happened was the two of us, they just decided to pull everybody on stage, pull both of us on stage, okay? And we were going to duel it out or whatever, I don't know. But I knew from the year before that anytime they got someone on stage, they always like split the prize and they wheeled and dealed with us. And my goal was actually to get on stage that year because I wasn't a speaker that year. I was a speaker the year before, and I said, well, how can I get on stage this year? Little did I know it was going to be by donating a big wad of cash. Anyway, so we got up on stage in front of 2,500 people. Everybody knows who you are when you're that. And we ended up splitting. We both spent $50,000. We donated to the foundation. It's a foundation. It's a nonprofit that helps women and business and children. But my heart's just racing telling you. But we both went together, and we went and we got to go to the Oprah show. We got to meet Oprah's radio show producer and have dinner with her. And then by the law of attraction, saying to myself that I was going to be on the radio with her someday, we went out, we left that gal's office, and another producer came in and said, hey, we're looking for guests for the law of attraction show today. And I'm like, and we heard, and we told them our story real quick, and boom, we were on in like 20 minutes. It was so bizarre, But it's like, oh great, I'm already, okay. So that was my Oprah story, so. And people always ask me, well, what's the ROI on that? Right? What'd you get out of that? $50,000, you know? Did you make your money back? Like, well, it's still trickling in today, I might say. But yeah, I've got lots of speaking gigs because of it. I've got lots of recognition with the organization itself. Now I'm a premier coach with them, one of 15 in the whole country. So it has leveraged my business quite substantially in many different ways, you know, and I've gotten clients of it. It helps elevate your own confidence too when you do that kind of stuff. And so then you can raise your rates, right? Who was there telling to raise the rates back there? I forget your name, the fitness trainer? Yeah? We were talking earlier. So if you wanted to hire her, you better do it today. Because I think she's going to raise her rates. And that's one thing I tend to do. So if any of you really need a little push to raise your rates today, you want to come and talk to me before I leave, okay? And I'll encourage you, okay? So yeah, definitely. Because that's actually the easiest way to go make some more money. I told you I was going to show you how to make more money today, right? That is like the #1 thing you can do is raise your rates. Now, some of you are going, but in this economy, everybody wants a cheaper thing. Well, add more stuff to your service, okay? Add more in, add more value, add more you, add more bonuses, add somebody else's product, add somebody else's service, partner with somebody, do a group program, okay? There's all kinds of ways to make more money. It doesn't have to mean you go from 100 an hour to 200 an hour, okay? But you could go to 200 an hour doing a group or teaching a group or doing something different, okay? So I just love to help people brainstorm about what those ideas could be and what else you could do to make more money and not work so damn hard, right? Excuse me, I cussed twice already. I don't know what it is. I feel bad. It's always a quarter jar. All right, so what do you know about me? I spend a lot of money and I cuss. Okay. I believe it's investing in my business. You know, I also believe in being authentic, which is why I don't, you know, I'm not a real formal speaker and I'm not going to come up here with a practice speech and because I think I like to feel the energy in the group and speak to you and speak to your guys' needs. So we're going to get down and dirty with how to attract more clients. Everybody want to attract more clients? Anybody? Okay. Anybody not want to? Anybody too busy? If you're too busy, you're the one that needs to raise the rates. Right? Yeah, I talked to somebody the other day, and she's like, well, I have a waiting list. I'm like, are you kidding me? A waiting list? Raise your rates. You know, why would you have a waiting list? Or hire someone to do what you do and train them and fill those. God, people want to throw money at you, and you don't want to take it. What the heck is up with that? Right? I don't agree I don't, yeah, you have a waiting list? Well, at some point you're going to have to. You can't grandfather them in for 22 years, right? I mean, seriously. Well, you know, come on. I know you don't have to do it every 20 days, but, you know, at least once a year people expect it. My hairdresser, well, okay, I have like the worst, because I tell people to raise their rates, anybody that I hire, I tell them to raise their rates and then I have to pay more. I did it with my web designer. She was my client all last year. And I said, you gotta raise your rates, you gotta raise. And then now I'm using her to move my site to work, you know, change my new site. So I'm paying double. I'm so pissed. And I cussed again. Okay. So I would like it to be an interactive conversation. You guys can ask questions. I do have certain things I want to touch on today. So, and I don't know how much time. We've kind of decided we can talk for however long. Just make sure I give me 10-minute warning or something like that. Okay. And I will be here. I have nowhere to run off to except for Gina and Mo. One of them is my ride somewhere. So, but there's always taxis if I need to linger. So, all right. So we're going to talk about the 3 steps that I've created as how to attract clients and make more money. Okay. And they're simple steps, but I'll bet you none of you are doing all this. And so if you need clients, unfortunately, there was someone I was talking with that you have to do more these days. You can't just do email marketing anymore. Y'all good?
Yes.
Okay. That's all right. Table for all.
Sorry. I think she's not. For Gina.
Gina?
Right here. Not this Gina.
There's like 3
right here. Oh,
There's several.
Oh, there's lots of Ginas. All right. That's okay. It's better than keep talking, because then you're looking at her. That looks good, right? It does look good. All right, who has one of the little side salads, or the walnut one? That's why we're numbered, right? I'm just kidding.
This is why.
Did you turn yours in yet?
No, you can.
Uh-oh.
Can I turn this in?
All right, so the first step in how to attract clients and make more money is get in front of more people more often and in more ways. Okay, who needs to turn in your order? Right now. It's all good. We gotta eat. We gotta eat. You're here to eat. It's all good. Some people are new. They don't know the rules. I didn't know the rules, right? We don't know. It's all good. Okay, so I know it doesn't sound like brain surgery, but get in front of more people more often and in more ways. Okay, so I'm going to share with you a bunch of different ways that you can do that. Like, a lot of them you might not be doing. And then I'm the girl that gives the how. I usually give too much how. My coaches and mentors, I have some big ones, big names, but and they tell me, Katrina, you give too much for free. You give too much how. They don't want to buy. I'm like, well, that's what I'm here for. You know, I believe in giving and serving, and the right people will still come through, right? So that's why I'm here. So, yes. We get an amen, right? Enough of the what and the why, but not the how, right? Okay. All right. So, in-person networking is one of the major strategies. You've got to continue doing that. I talked to somebody, or I actually tried to stop doing that a few years ago, because one of my mentors said, oh, you're going to be more, you got to position yourself as more, higher level so that you are more sought after, and so the local networking groups that I was going to, they're too small time for you now, and that's what I was just told, and I'm like, really? And so I really tried to stop. I kind of held back a little bit for like 6 months or a year, and I just felt so lonely in my little house, without my little And I traveled a lot, went to lots of conferences, and still did a lot of networking. But there's nothing like your girlfriends that you meet out these places, right? I had good friends. We'd go to wine. We'd do girls' nights out. I have my financial planners in a group that I'm in, and all kinds of stuff. So I don't know. That didn't really resonate with me. But I did hold back for a little bit, and my business kind of was affected by it. It really does show. So in-person networking is still one of the main strategies I use today, and it's one that I highly recommend, no matter what your business. But there's a few things, and I'm going to share with you. You've got to have a plan for it, though, right? You can't just haphazardly come to an event and haphazardly talk to 10 people and then walk away with a few cards and that's it, right? You have to have the whole plan. Like, what's your intention? Why are you networking? How many people do you want to meet today? Do you want to meet a specific person? Do you need a fitness trainer? Do you need some new jewelry? What, do you need insurance? What is it that you need? And you got to ask for it. Many times it's funny. I probably shouldn't be sharing this with you, but oh well. I've already been like full disclosure on it. But sometimes, like even when we get in these little circles, and what I share that I need in the next 30 days is I need a man. So somewhere between 38 and 44, one or two kids, ages 7 to 17, has a full-time job. Anyways, so whatever it is you need, make sure you come with a plan and ask for it, because if you don't ask for it, you won't get it, right? So, I mean, you gotta ask, you guys. I don't care if you need to know some kind of technology or software, or if you are in, if you have a challenge personally, like I don't know how to get beyond this grief of something, whatever it is, you gotta ask, okay? So and it's so much more important, I've noticed these days, to be more authentic, okay? Don't try to put on that face. I tried to put on that face the first couple years in business because I was in an unhappy marriage, and I would go to these networking events. Oh, everything's great. I'd go home and cry, right? I don't know. I hope nobody's in that position, but it's not fun, right? So be authentic, and then you can get through whatever it is you need to, or you can get the resources you need as well, all right? Another thing about networking, does everybody write on the back of their cards? When you have something? Okay, good. Is everybody here is there anybody kind of newbie networker? Anybody newbie? No? Just a little bit? Okay. Not to this group necessarily, but okay, so you guys are pretty savvy networkers? All right. So how many people follow up? Raise your hand if you email to follow up, and you mail, and you phone call, and you Facebook. All 4 in your follow-up plan. All 4 to every single person that you meet. Every single person that you meet. 2 ladies.
Only if they put their address on their business.
Correct, but you can go to their website, and a lot of times, half the time it's there. So you can go to the website and grab the address. 4 things.
What?
Well, social media is one, which includes Facebook, LinkedIn, or whichever sites you're on, right? So yeah, direct mail. You gotta still do direct mail. What's in your mailbox right now? Junk, right. So good things will stand out, won't they? Right? Good fun things will stand out. So do some fun thing so it stands out. Because all that's in your mailbox right now is bills or credit card applications or newspapers and ads, right? So if you had something fun or a greeting card or a note card, how many people write handwritten notes? Raise your hands. Yay! What a good group! Every time to every single person you meet? No. Okay. That's where we fail. See? No, but this is it's good stuff, but how do we make this a consistent, smooth running system so it gets done the same way every time you meet somebody? That's what has to happen. In order to have that happen, you need a clear system. You need it written down, what steps you're going to take, who's going to get what, how often are they going to get it, what's it going to say, where do we print it, how do we mail it, who's going to enter the data from the business cards. All that stuff needs to be written down into a system. And then for email follow-up, you can say the same secret. You can say the same thing to every single person you meet. Okay, but make it really personal. And then it sounds like you're saying it to the same. Now all of you guys are going to know when you get followed up with each other, it's like, oh, she did the template on me. But, that means, but all the other thousands of people that you're going to follow up with have no idea, okay? So doing a templated system where you can pre-write your emails, you can pre-write the things you want to mail, and then you don't have to do any of it. Who wants to not do their follow-up but you want it to get done? Raise your hands. That's not enough hands. Who wants to have all your follow-up done every time but you don't want to do it yourself? Okay. Who's the crazy person that does want to do it themselves?
Oh, I said the
Huh? What? No, you did it right. You did it right. Yeah, I was just... Yeah. So I'm glad nobody raised their hand to wanting to do that, because that's a complete waste of your time, right? You need to be focused on money-making business actions, which are getting in front of more people more often in more ways, which is doing the networking. It's doing some level of the social media. Okay, we're going to talk about that. So So let's talk about social media. Everybody's on Facebook, I assume. Is there anybody that's not on Facebook? Okay. And then other people are on LinkedIn and Twitter, usually haphazardly. I mean, but yeah. Okay. I mean, well, and some people, LinkedIn is your primary because you're more of a service-oriented. My mic go out?
Yep.
Hello, hello. Hello?
There you go.
It's back. Okay. Some people are on LinkedIn because it's more service-oriented. So if you're insurance or a lawyer, sometimes you find your clients better on LinkedIn. So I'm going to talk more about Facebook, but take that, if you're on LinkedIn, use it on Facebook or LinkedIn as well. You can do it, the same thing applies. Twitter is a little different story. I actually did Twitter religiously for 9 months and got 0. Okay, and I'm still on there, but I don't focus there at all. It's not where my target market hangs out. My target market is not very techie savvy, usually. Okay, usually ages, women ages 40 to 65. They're techie, but they don't want to be on Twitter usually. But that doesn't discount those of you who are and do. But that's fine. So the problem with how many people here have taken like a social media class to learn how to do it? Okay. And they teach you to post, and they teach you to comment, and they teach you to put up your Facebook fan page and like page and all that, right? Do they teach you how to actually network on there? Not really. Not really. There's really nobody. I know a lot of them. I know Mari Smith. I know Ann Emerson. I know all these ladies, okay? And they don't really teach you how to network. I'm a big networker. I've been doing it since day one, right? And that's how I grew my business. So I took that concept and I took it to social media. And I said, well, how do I know Carol Smith? Like, Carol Smith wants to be my friend. Who the hell is Carol Smith, right? Like, do I just click to accept and move on to the next one and say, Sherry, there's us. Click to accept. Click to accept. Katie? I mean, that's just crazy talk, right? You wouldn't go into a networking event and say, Carol Smith, I'm Katrina, nice to meet you. And walk away, right? You just wouldn't do that. And you wouldn't say, Carol, here's my flyer for my upcoming teleclass. And then walk away, right? You wouldn't do that in a networking situation like this because that's rude, right? Now, don't get me wrong, you still need to post and comment and do all those things on Facebook. But what you also need to do, which takes the most amount of time, which is why I have a system for it and I can delegate it, okay, is you do a messaging system, okay? You have to click and message one by one every single person on Facebook or your social sites. But you say the same thing to them, copy, paste, send. Copy, paste, send. Copy, paste, send. Copy, paste, send. You can do 25 a day, 50 a day, 250 a week, and 1,000 a month. 1,000 new people every month is what you need to add on social media if you really want to be seen everywhere and be everywhere. Okay?
Is that on your business page or personal?
I really recommend personal, but if you're getting close to 5,000, which is the limit, right, then you're going to have to switch over. But you can switch back and forth, right? You can switch as the identity of your page and like people and all that stuff. But messaging, doesn't it make sense though? You'd say, hi Carol, thanks for requesting to be my friend on Facebook. I'd love to know more about what you're focusing on in your business. Notice the words I'm saying. I'm not saying what do you do, because what if she's not in business, right? Well, I did say that, and I really only add business people personally. I don't add a lot of non-business people, so I'm really selective. I don't even add a lot of men, although I am looking for a man. You'd think I would, but maybe I need a different profile for Katrina looking for a man, but I don't add a lot of men unless I know you. Or unless you're a bigwig in the industry or something, I might add you or something. But other than that, you get deleted. You're gonna delete. I only want women. So know your target market. Seriously, you don't have to add them just because they asked you. Who cares? They don't even know you rejected them. They don't know that. Okay? So I messaged Carol. Thanks for requesting to be my friend. I'd love to find out what you're focusing on, your business. Tell me more about you. Maybe we can help figure out a way to refer business to each other, right? Katrina, nice to meet you, with a great PS that sends you to my free gift page, right? That's the key. But, so none of that was salesy, right?
No.
What I just said, none of it was salesy. Does everybody feel comfortable saying something like that?
Yeah.
Relatively comfortable? Okay. Yeah, question. Yeah.
I hate it
Yeah.
when people do
stick a link to their thing. I find the whole rest of it, I do everything you talk about.
Yeah.
I make multiple social media plans all the time. I'm so tired of getting social media connection requests with personal messages that have a link to.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. My free gift, look at my website, you might be interested.
Okay.
No,
No, that's fair. Okay, but that's your opinion, and that's fine. And what I would tell you is be careful so you don't put links on your messages then, is that right?
I don't put links on.
Okay, so I would advise you though to not make judgments about how you market your business based on what you like and don't like.
Well, I guess
Because if there's no link, I can't stand it when someone says, oh, check out my website, I would love it, love it, love it, and they don't give me a link. What the hell? Do I have to go to your page and find? My next step is make it easy for people to buy. Seriously, write that down.
And I agree, but it's not ever in my first message.
It doesn't, it's in the PS. It's not in the body, it's part of my signature.
Right.
You have to have a signature line, and that signature line stays intact. So every time I message you, I have the same signature line.
Right.
Okay? And you want to be consistent with that. Most people don't even have a signature line when they message you. They just said, Karen. I'm like, Karen, who the hell are you? Where's your website? Why wouldn't you put your website in your signature line?
The reason I brought up is because so many people have a pitch in their PS, not a signature line with a link, but actual pitch in their PS.
Great.
I think it's gotten overdone in.
I think it's the perfect place for the pitch, especially in a personal follow-up message. You're not intrusive. You're not saying, go buy my stuff, go get my free stuff. In the message, it's part of the signature line. I would just urge you to maybe try to get over that and do it because it works. I can't tell you how many people say, oh, thanks for the free gifts, and it's great, and so I'm going to check out your website, and thank you, thank you, thank you. They thanked me over and over and over and over and over again. So,
All right.
just stretch a little bit. Yeah. Yeah.
Hi, I have a Facebook page for my business,
Uh-huh.
and the most frustrating thing is getting people
Right. So she has a Facebook page, and it's frustrating to get people to